I shared a room with my little brother growing up in Ireland, football crazy, right? We get home from school one day, and my mum had gotten us a poster of my favourite footballer, Ryan Giggs. It was a very lovely thing to do. She went ahead and put it on the wall. Beautiful. Biggest poster I've ever seen as well. Only problem being, this poster had absolutely nothing to do with football. And I would say now it was marketed more so towards his female fans, right? I'll describe the poster to you, right? There's Ryan Giggs in a fluffy jumper, sort of hugging himself, undressing me and my brother with his eyes. I said, Ma'am, I don't like it, take it down. Everybody in school is going to think we're gay. It's not that we were homophobic, it was illegal in Ireland at the time, okay? We were good boys. Even if I was mad for the cock, I wouldn't have touched it. Like, you know, I'd be like, no. I'd be like, yeah, it does look delicious, but I'm not breaking the law, all right? I'm okay, I'm all right, thank you, I'm okay. Put it away. So my mother, right, wouldn't leave us take the poster down, mainly because it's her poster, right? Me and my brother had to hatch a plan. So what we ended up doing is, my brother called Childline, first off. Not a bad idea, but the thing is, right, he didn't report my mum or my dad, he reported Ryan Giggs, all right? So it was a very confused call there in Childline. So my plan anyway, right, I come in from school every day, my brother keeps an eye out, with a compass and a ruler, I cut off the edge of the poster. I slightly remove a tiny bit of poster every day. I'm doing that every day. Making progress. Couple of weeks in, the poster's getting smaller. We have moved blue tack in. It's getting smaller. My mum doesn't suspect the thing, but it does give the illusion that Ryan Giggs is getting bigger, all right? So it's even more scary. Couldn't dump the excess poster in the bin because my mum would have found it, so I had to force my brother to eat it, all right? So he would eat it, normally eat it, no problems at all. One day he choked on the poster. My mother had to resuscitate him, remove a sizable chunk of a Ryan Giggs poster from his mouth. The remainder of the poster stays on the wall. All my friends find out about it, and they all start calling me Giggsy's boyfriend, you know, because they're children and they're, you know, immature, and they fucking still do it to this day. I am married and I have fucking children. Giggsy's boyfriend, hey, Giggsy, hey. Giggsy was cheating on his wife. Was that with you, Chris? One night it didn't come up. I thought, fucking hell, about time. They've dropped the joke. There's some new friends here. They must be embarrassed about it. And then one of my friends said, Chris, tell the lads what you do for a living. They don't believe me. And I just said gigs, okay? And they'd never put that together themselves. I was, I'm going, bye. I do like living over here, though, I really do. The trains terrify me, they really terrify me. Like, in Ireland, I got on the wrong train one time, and that's embarrassing because there's only 3 trains. Ended up in a depot station in the middle of nowhere. Right, there's only 3 trains, yes. Trains made of trees. I'll do my own heckles, you shut the fuck up, all right? And by the way, it's my second language, so I think I'm doing grand. I get on the wrong train, mainly because I trust the man in Dublin Station in a high visibility jacket. I get to a depot station in the middle of nowhere. These men from Irish Rail jump on the train. They walk up behind me. They said, what the fuck are you doing here? And I said, I'm going to Cork. He said, this train doesn't go anywhere near Cork. And I said, I was told by a man in Dublin Station in a high visibility jacket that this was the Cork train. And I'm not messing, one of the Irish Rail fellas turned to the other guy and went, that's fucking Steve, right? So that's what I miss about Ireland. They knew exactly who sent me to the station. And then one of them said, for a minute there, I thought you were Chinese from behind, right? I'm not sure what that had to do with anything, but his friends could not agree more that I looked Chinese from behind. And then a girl stood up. She's a couple of seats away, but she stood up, right? A girl stood up, and they said to her, oh my God, where are you going? She took her headphones out. Where are you going? She's like, I'm going to Cork, and they're like, get Steve on the phone, there's 2 on this train. And they said, well, it's a stupid looking guy in Dublin Station, high visibility jacket that told you this is the Cork train. And she said, no. And she pointed at me. It was him. Yes, it was. I am with my wife a long time now. Hard enough to get the old presents, I think, like, isn't it? Worst present I ever got my wife, hands down, tickets to see Westlife. I didn't put enough thought into it. I found a CD in the apartment. What I didn't take into account was that the CD was over a fucking decade old. She took me to the gig to show me how ridiculous the present was, because our music taste has moved on considerably since she's a 14-year-old child. And it was ridiculous. She insisted we go into the pit of the Westlife concert. Have you ever been in the pit of a Westlife concert? I wouldn't recommend it. Surrounded by 12-year-olds. Of course, they're all kids with them then as well, right? And then my wife said to me, will you mind my handbag? I need to use the toilet. I said, of course I'll mind your handbag. No, my wife never had any intention of coming back from the toilet, okay? I know that now. I'm standing there in the pit of a Westlife concert with a handbag. Things got very awkward. This is how awkward they got. One of the boys from Westlife started looking at me. That's how much I stood out. I don't mean he mined over every now and again. I mean he fucking locked eyes and stopped miming. Very strange. At first I was like... So then I said, fuck it, maybe he doesn't think you appreciate his music, because I wasn't dancing. I was the only guy not dancing, right? Did a little bit of a sway. That'll make him think I appreciate the music. What I'm doing really is I'm breaking eye contact, you know? Bit of that there now, break the eye contact. 5 minutes later, my wife should be back and it'll all be fine. 5 minutes later, no sign of my wife, because she's on the motorway, mainly. That's the main reason. I think I've had enough of this spinning. I'll look back at the stage. It should be okay. I look back at the stage. 2 Westlife men are staring at me now. That's half the fucking band. And then I hear a radio behind me. Handbag. 2 security men talking about my handbag. And I know they're talking about my handbag because they're like, Chinese fella with a handbag. I'm like, oh, that's my handbag. It's 100% my fucking handbag. And then I realised from listening to their little conversation that I went to school with one of them. I was like, oh God, no, I think I went to school with that security guard. Oh God. Can't turn around and check, can I? Because I'm a grown man at a fucking Westlife concert with a handbag. I'm hoping they go away. Easy on the pivot, Chris. Easy on the pivot. Don't give them so much profile. I'm like, fuck it. It's 25 years since you went to school. They probably won't know what you look like. Just pretend you're Chinese. It doesn't matter. I thought I was away with it. Then I got a tap on the shoulder, and he just leaned in and went, does Giggsy know you're here? So, thank you very much. My name is Chris Kent. Thank you.